comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, oh, what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Good evening, SRA fans. Tonight is the last night for the season. It is Division 6, Round 8 in Kyalami. Tonight I am joined by the Kool-Aid Man himself, Jerry.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh yeah. Good to see you guys again.
Good to
I'm ready
see
for
you.
a great race tonight at the Porsche track itself.
And then the crazy Canuck herself, Selena.
Hello, eh?
Hey,
Hey.
get that old A in there. Let's go.
Yep, the moose, eh?
The moose, eh?
Nova Scotia.
Oh, you gotta go bass fishing, eh?
Yeah. Gotta go out there and eat fish and get the hockey.
You two are just a riot to have. And it's been fun having you both in the booth this season. So
Oh
hopefully-
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great. And
Lots of
we got the last race here right before us on Kyalami. They're out in qualifying right now. We've got a small grid today, as usual, just 13 racers. So what do you expect here tonight as far as potential race winners, potential championship winners, and teams as far as going into this, Austin?
Well, I did a lot of math today. And hopefully I did my math right, because sometimes it's no good. Let's just put it that way. But the two teams that are fighting for it, along with the top four and the two teams are all the same people. So, Badminton's Intergalactic, I'll actually pull up the team standings right now. Badminton's Intergalactic and Worst Case Scenario are the two teams that are really fighting it out tonight to try to get the team championship as we go through this. I really see Badminton's getting it. It is going to be tough for Worst Case Scenario to get the actual team championship. When I did all my math, Calvi and Fari basically need to either not finish or take 12 and 13, and Soik and Allen need to take P1-2 with all the bonus points for them to win. And it's the same thing for the Drivers' Championship. Fari needs to come in, I believe it was 11th, and Calvi needs to take P1 with fastest and pole to even win the Drivers' Championship. So, while yes, it's still open, I think it's favorable to say Fari is going to take the Drivers' Championship, and Calvi and Fari will take the Team Championship.
That definitely makes sense. We've seen formidable performance from both of those drivers this entire season. Just super consistent, super quick. And one thing I wanted to note, Austin, what about second? Did you do any math for second? Is there a lot of people fighting over that, or is it more clear-cut, worst scenario taking that cake as well?
Second for drivers is still pretty open. It's a lot closer than, as you can see, Calvi's got 469 and Allen's got 454. And with the pace that Allen's been showing, I do see him potentially rivaling second. As for the team, let's quickly run back over that one. I think Worst Case Scenario's got team locked up as second place.
All right. Well, you heard it from him first, folks. It looks like Worst Case Scenario's got locked in second, but as far as the podium goes for drivers, the bag is still open.
Yes.
It's anyone's game.
That's right.
Well, as these drivers are in the middle of their qualifying right now. We'll quickly run through the track here for Kyalami, which is located in South Africa. It is 4.528 kilometers or 2.14 miles long, 16 turns. I definitely see a lot of drivers getting caught out with some of these tricky turns. There's some blind ones and sausage curbs that are thrown here and there around the track, so definitely a challenge for a lot of these drivers. We'll start with Jerry. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, the sausage of death right before the right before the last turn onto the main straight, definitely got me at least once last race, and definitely can catch out a lot of drivers who aren't prepared. I'm really surprised that none of the Porsche drivers showed up tonight. Being a really good track for the Porsche, it would seem that if you're going to shine, it would be today. But we do have no Porsches on the track today at all.
It's a lot of McLarens and front-engine cars, a couple Ferraris thrown in there, and a Honda, but mostly the front-engine and McLarens for D6.
Yep.
What about you, Selena? What do you see happening today?
I'm gonna agree with Jerry right there. Cheetah, that second last turn from the final turn, the sausage curb of death is literally what it sounds. It's deadly. If you hit it, you are going straight to the dirt. That's it. Also,
Definitely agree.
even the S's as well. I found that to be quite challenging in my race. And I have seen like pretty mess ups, but that turn a little bit, but mainly at Cheetah.
Yeah, the S's are really tough to nail correctly, I feel.
Yeah.
I was going to say turn 10, because that is a blind uphill turn. You're going up it, and you kind of just... There's a couple different references that you can use, but for the most part, it's blind, and then it trails off to the right, because you're going... When you come up the hill, you're going towards the right side of the track, but then you have to angle your car more to the left, so you're not going to run off into the grass there.
Yeah, that corner is a little bit tricky, and it's really interesting braking there as well, because due to the kind of curvature of the track, you can lock up your tires a little bit under braking, so it kind of depends on where you're trying to approach it, how you can brake to that corner. So.
100%.
Well, let's jump into watching these drivers qualify. They've done about half their qualifying so far. All these drivers being in D6 gold, they all get the 20 minutes to qualify rather than the other divisions, which get a 10-10 split. So they have a lot of time to really improve upon their banker times that they first set.
Yeah, and it looks like Fari Henry is going to take the #1 spot here with a 44.8. Very respectable time for D4 here. Or, sorry, not D4, D8 here. D8? What am I doing? D6!
Coming soon!
Oh my god.
D8.
I'm just predicting the future, guys. Not
It'll be
next
like
season,
season
but
10.
maybe after. I'm on season 10 over here. I'm just being a time traveler over
As
here.
you were fumbling over division numbers, Nate Allen came across the line here at 44.7.
Yeah, and in these cars, it's harder to set a better time than it is in the Porsche. I know back in D5 there were people setting D2 times, D3 times in the Porsche. So not having any Porsches on the track definitely kind of even the playing field for these drivers here, and we're seeing Nate Allen up by about a half a second on his time here. We'll see if he's going to be the first one to dip below a 44.
Yeah, I know last night in D4 race, pole sitter was a AMR, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the top 5 was all AMRs. So, they're strong on this track as well, it seems like.
Yeah, AMR, super consistent car. So yeah, definitely agree with you. Seeing that come out on top is no surprise. Fari Henry, Allen, Cole Compton. Cole Compton is not one that we've seen up near the front a lot, unless I'm mistaken.
I think Masano was the last time I saw him in that top 5 area. So I know there's a little bit of a break from him. The holidays were around, which is fair.
Yep.
He's back racing, and like I said, it's been a while since I've seen him in that top spots. So glad to see him back up there.
Yep. It is good to see that.
Also, his teammate Papadopoulos is back.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, Papadopoulos.
I think last time he had an incident and he wasn't able to finish their race.
Yeah, I believe there was an incident on the warm-up lap where just something happened at the corkscrew and ended up going a little deep on the warm-up and crashing into the wall.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll make up some times. Right now he's up 4 tenths as he's coming through this last sector into, I believe that's Crocodiles and then Cheetah.
Yep. And looking over here at Luke, it looks like Luke is sitting in the pit lane here.
I think set a time.
Oh. He has just messaged me on Discord. Hold on. We have some
Insider knowledge
here. There is something attacking animals outside his house.
Oh no.
Oh.
So there
no.
is something attacking animals, so he has to tend to that. Hopefully he's going to be able to put it in the qualifying before the round ends here. He's got 7 minutes to deal with the animals and come back. Now, if I know anything about pests, I know that raccoons can be a pain to deal with. So if it's a raccoon, thoughts and prayers for this man, because it's going to be a wild ride.
And if anybody in the SRA Nation has any questions about pest control or anything, Jerry is the man to call.
Yeah, I do that for my job, so.
Another look down on the list. Scott here that I've been running on board with is up 5 tenths as he goes through Crocodiles here. Let's see how he does. Through Cheetah, and then turn 16 is a name I'm not even going to pronounce correctly, so I'm not even going to attempt it. As we come onto the main straight, hovering around that 5 tenths mark. Improves on his time, but does not move up any positions. Still about 3 tenths back from P6, so we'll see if he can improve and move up one more spot.
Yep. Yeah, we'll find out here, and yeah, I'm really hoping Luke gets out and sets a better lap here, because right now he's sitting at a 52.07, which is not the best.
It's
Could
not.
be definitely be improved on.
Oh yeah.
And now Compton is sitting in the pits as well. I think maybe doing some setup changes here. A lot of drivers still out and running here.
Nobody
Not really a lot of
improving.
gains in any areas. Yeah, it looks like a lot of drivers have set their times here.
Be interesting to see if we see any improvements here as the track obviously is going to end up getting a little quicker. I do know that this is a night race, so for the race it's going to be interesting and how these drivers play it.
I would use the term night very loosely.
Yes.
It's a sunset race.
Yeah.
But-
So by the time the race is ending, the sun is going to be setting. Or no, wait.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
close to being down.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
close
to
to that.
yeah,
Close
dark, close
to
to
that.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the drivers. I think at the start of the race I had some glare, but then as it went on, it was less intrusive. But yeah, so not really a night race per se. It would be interesting maybe next season to have some true night races, ones that start at 9, 10 p.m. But that can be difficult as well with seeing other cars and racing safely. So
Yeah, that's one of the things that I enjoy. I love night races. I just love it when it's just dark and it's like more of a challenge with it. Because you don't know, like, you gotta really know the track in order to, like, perfect it. Because it's that dark, so you can't really see much. That's when it really comes into play. And then there's rain.
oh yeah, Dark in the rain. Wow, that would be
Oh.
a combination to regret right there.
At Mount Panorama. Now
Oh,
that
no.
that's just death in itself.
That's just sad.
Yeah. That would be
Oh.
scary.
You see, May has actually improved as he's going through Mineshaft here into Crocodiles. 8/10 up. I was going to call it Gaskin, but he came out of, I think it was...
Oh, wow, he's up by almost 2 seconds here.
Yeah, it makes a lot
Great
of times.
exit out of that corn there. That could put him firmly into, if he holds it here, firmly into the top 3. Let's see how he exits this corner here. Coming onto the main straight. Not quite 2 seconds, but that's going to shove him up into P3, which is pushing out Compton from the podium right now. He's probably feeling pretty good about that one right now.
Definitely. Saw him have a little bit of a slide earlier in qualifying, so obviously putting in a good quick time like that is always fun to see. It's always
It looks like Kelvy, Michael, and Rosa are all opting to pit there, and Compton opting to pit, just kind of giving up on improving their time there. And Luke is still not back. I would like to see him put in a better time here, but we also seen his pace. You know, he might start in the back, but he might end near the front.
True. Papadopoulos coming across 5/10 up. That should keep him in the same spot, but move him a little closer to P9 there.
Yep. Yeah, Papadopoulos in the Honda there with a good amount of TC to keep his car stable. Keep in mind that does cut your power a lot as well.
You know, but it may cut your power, but if you can keep it on track,
that's exactly right. Rather lose a little bit of time around some corners than a lot of time crashing into the wall.
Exactly.
And we're going to look at Allen here. He is up by half a second with only 2 minutes left in qualifying here. That's going to secure his position in first, as Fari Henry is also up as well, trying to fight for that P1 spot.
Yeah,
Fari's up by about 2/10 right now, and Nate Allen is up about 5/10.
As we get into kind of the tricky section here, going down a mine shaft and Crocodiles and Cheetah. This is where you can either gain a lot of time or lose a lot of time in these couple corners, as we saw with JP and May.
Yeah, it looks like Nate Allen just lost a little bit of time going around that corner, but he'd be able to gain it back here depending on how he executes this turn.
By the looks of it,
looks like a little bit of a slide. I think he lost a little bit of time there. He's now up by about 3/10. Executes that very, very well. Gains a 10th there.
Very nice control.
See how he does the little hairpin there. Comes out of the hairpin very nicely. Gains another couple 10ths, and that's going to put him at a delta of about
6/10 was at the end of that.
Yes, 10ths, and it's going to put him firmly at the 44 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a follower right now, you're feeling it now. You got a minute. Yeah, Nate Allen's like, yep, that's the best I'm gonna do. Try and beat me.
Yeah.
Yep, and he just puts it away.
Yep.
Soik right now is up for 3/10, around 4/10, kind of hovering around that. We'll see. We go to this last sector with him. As I join on board, unfortunately losing, it looks like all the momentum that he carried in the first 2 sectors.
That's unfortunate. Looks like Fari's Henry's up by about a 10th, but it's not going to be enough if he's going to want to compete against Nate Allen, who's about a whole 8/10 up from Henry's time.
Soik moved up, Gaskin was right behind him. Doesn't move up, but gets closer to the last rise. A lot of these drivers last lap, let's see, 7-7. That's Scott. He potentially could get another lap in, but I highly doubt it, seeing where he's at right now. But I could be wrong. I've been able to make those mistakes before, so we'll see.
Yeah, Gaskin, I think he's going to keep it. And he's up by, 7/10 right there, which would put him up at least a couple of positions.
Yeah.
Maybe not into the top 3, but definitely P4, I think. Depending on how you can hold it.
Scott coming
And then May as well is also up as well. would definitely could take P2.
So I'm on board right now with Gas, and since it looks like he's going to be coming across the line first, you want to keep an eye on May for me there.
Yep. Keep an eye on May.
Gaskin looking like he lost a little bit of time as he comes down to mine shaft here. Was in about the 2-second lurk now, less than that. But takes a good line through Crocodiles and gains a lot of time back.
Great improvement right there. May losing a bit of time, now hovering up about half a tenth. Gaining a bit of that back. Let's see his exit out of this corner here. It looks like he was gaining on the entry, but Sacrifice's exit is now up.
Gaskin moves up to P5.
Nice. Looks like that'll be the session.
That is the session. So I will.
All right, we're in the next session here.
I'm hitting all the wrong buttons in
We're
OBS.
gonna be on to the race here. So yeah, Fari Henry and Nate Allen near the top as we expected, but May, a driver that before usually was near the back, is now qualified in P3. So we'll see if they're able to hold that position there, and I'm excited to see them perform in this race. They are driving the AMG along with Rosa near the back.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how they do. I know, especially with, like you said at the very beginning, there is some glare, so we'll definitely see how these drivers deal with that. I know Sunset was kind of the biggest proponent of that, being that long sweeping right-hander, and the sun being there in your face almost the entire time on that corner.
Hence why it's probably called Sunset.
Aptly named. Yeah, very true.
Yep.
And then we'll also see how turn 2 goes. I know this is one of those tracks again where turn 1 isn't really a turn, it's just kind of a kink in the road. So we'll see how turn 2 goes for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, you gotta love those kinks, right?
Yeah. Yep. Huge part of the track.
Gotta iron them kinks out.
Oh yeah.
And just take a little bit of a dozer to the line and straighten it out instead of an iron.
If there's an incident on T1, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yep.
I will be too, because
I'm gonna be upsetty.
The saddest point in motorsports, just on turn 1 at the kink accident.
But
I hate to see that.
Exactly.
This track has a lot of corner names. You don't see it a whole lot anymore where corner names are very prevalent. I know there's a couple tracks we've raced at so far this year that had a lot of corner names, but in general, it's kind of a dying tradition, it seems like. A lot of the newer tracks are just like, oh, it's turn 1, turn 2. So it's nice to see a track that has almost all 16 turns have a name. I think the only one that doesn't is turn 11.
Well, I will not be naming them by names because I cannot be bothered to remember that.
Don't worry.
I will use the numbers or just say that one corner that's really fucky, you know?
Yep.
You just throw a dart at the wall and see if a number and hope it lands, you know? And like, oh, it's turn 4, and it's like turn 6, and you're like, close enough.
Yeah,
right?
Close enough. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
As we are going to get ready for these drivers to start their
formation lap, warming up the tires, warming up the brakes there. I want to ask you guys a really important question. What do you think the shape of this track resembles?
You know what's funny?
It kind of remembers like a graduation cap, like the cap and then like a little tassel. Like, I don't know. I'm just seeing it right now, you know.
Yeah, it's funny you ask that because it's like I was thinking that earlier. I'm like, I wonder what this looks like. It looks like something, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. It looks kind of like a graduation cap with a little tassel. Or I was thinking maybe like a futuristic gun, you know, a little handle or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I could definitely see the graduation tassel.
Yeah.
So I agree with that one.
In Sector 1, I just think of it as a crown of a tooth. I don't know why, but I mean, I can see that little curvature, and then that's it. I don't know what the rest of it look like.
Maybe it's like the root going into the gums or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Very creative. I like that. If you look at it kind of like upside down a little bit, it could be like an iron, like a
Old school iron.
old school iron.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I
like
see
handle,
that.
you're like ironing something.
The one you
Yeah.
gotta put on the
Flat, though, because
stove.
it turn one wrecks it. Turn one wrecks it,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
So it wouldn't be very good iron.
The iron won't be
Bringing
able to
it
do
back to
anything.
the iron. Full circle conversation right there.
There we go.
Well, we're still waiting for these drivers
Speaking
to
of iron, all these drivers are gold. Just kidding. Speaking of metal.
Looking down the order,
Add transition.
the last time we were gonna see a lot of these liveries. Which ones are you guys' favorites from D6 that you've seen?
Oh, well, if I would have synced after the start, I probably would have seen more. But I definitely like Nate Allen's livery.
The very basic pink and blue.
Yeah, I
right
mean,
there.
it's colorful. I really like colorful liveries.
I would say
Ones that really pop, you know?
mine has got to be the one on Fari and Calvi's. That Chinese New Year one that they made, it does not miss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Selena, what
Yeah,
about
I
you?
remember seeing that one. I think they posted it in the library. Or, sorry.
the livery showcase.
Library.
Gosh, oh, those people in the D5 chat, like, saying it over again. And then I was, like, confused myself, you know, like, as I do. And now, like, I was good about it, guys, I swear. My diction is getting better. Okay. Now we're seeing the drivers group up here to the starting line here. Coming around the last bend. It looks like Nate Allen is a little bit ahead there.
You're coming
I
around
wonder
the
if
last
he's going to
bend.
get a
I'm still on the
penalty.
starting line, so
I wonder if he's going to get a penalty there.
Ooh.
I was
Here's-
wondering
All
why.
green.
No penalty right
Oh.
there. It looks like Nate Allen just gained the system right there. Gained a really, really large advantage. Already about, like, a couple cars lengths advantage right there. We're going to see them all go into turn one here.
Oh,
Doesn't look
sorry,
like there's
I'm a
any-
little wide.
Yeah,
Just a
oh, a
tad.
couple door bangers. Oh, no.
Oh.
I think that was the last rise getting banged into the wall there. Little bumpers there.
We saw
And
Papadopoulos
Papadopoulos also. Oh, no.
go back here. As I finally joined into the
Correct.
race. Apparently,
There you
I
go.
was talking about the liveries, and I was like, why is nobody driving yet?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Papadopoulos going a little deep into the turn and making some contact with Gaskin there.
I
It
haven't
looks
even
like,
synced them,
yeah.
these.
Gaskin trying to turn around.
Oh,
and
no,
get back
May.
on track.
Into the
Oh.
S's.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
A lot of
Yeah,
yellow
there
flags
it
in the
is.
S's here.
Oh.
Oh, no. Rosa
Yeah, that
also
place
got
is
caught up in
dangerous.
that.
Let's take a look back.
Oh.
S's starts with May just losing the back end. Looks like Compton. Compton goes wide?
It looks like Rosa just
AMG.
kind of. Yeah, Rosa also lost it and just slammed into them.
There's,
And got some severe front end damage now.
oh, it's very severe. We see Ryan Luke is still dealing with the animals, it looks like. as
I'm
he's-
pretty sure Raccoon won, guys. I think we can be safe to say that the Raccoon did win.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
agree.
Rest in peace, Ryan
Unfortunately.
Luke. You will be missed.
A surprising name in the top three here is Scott, actually. Running around in P2 at the moment. Let's see if they can keep this up.
Yeah, I'm liking that gold livery. Fuck. There. And I don't know which one it is anymore. And Cole Compton looks like Cole got a position on Kelvy there, moving up to P6.
Yeah, Kelvy's
But yeah,
big.
Scott is not one that I would have expected in the front there. I don't think we've seen him near the podium last race or any race before that. So
He's been-
very, very good performance for him right now. Just not getting caught up in any incidents and staying on the track.
Yeah, he's just racing clean.
I would have to double check, but I think it was like a P6 and a P5 the last 2 races. I could be completely wrong. I would have to.
All right. So yeah, he's got the potential, and now he's got the position. So he just needs to hold it. He is not the closest to Nate Allen, who is out in front, where he excels here, just kind of doing his own thing, being super consistent. But it looks like Ferrari Henry is not going to like that. Scott has taken the P2 spot and is going to try and close that gap as soon as he can.
There's at least 2 battles, close battles on track right now. Ari and then Cole Compton a little further back with Michael. Very Italian last name that I still don't know how to pronounce. As they go into Crocodiles, oh no!
No!
They make contact.
No!
Let's get another angle on that.
So what happened?
Compton goes in for the
Good.
inside line. Michael taking the outside line, and it just was a dive of a century.
Oh,
and
dive right into the door right there.
Yeah.
Oof. That is unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Indeed.
Looks like Michael is still going though, so at least Michael is off.
That could have been worse, but there was a lot of damage with that collision, I feel.
Yeah. Base front end is just looking not the best, as well as last rise. Both banged up really badly. But
Yeah.
We got a good grouping here from, I think that was that P5 until P10. Nice grouping of about 10 cars.
10
Close
cars.
still.
That's like the whole grid.
Not 10 cars, 5 cars. Math is hard. Like I told you at the very beginning of this.
You did all your math for the day. It's okay.
Yeah, I can do math. It's just, is it right or is it done well sometimes? Not all the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Henry's just looking to try and close that gap even more, get that pass done as soon as they can. And it's kind of a shame. I hope Luke would have been back by now, but he's just chilling in the pit lane, just doing his thing.
Unfortunate, but life takes precedent. You gotta deal with the real life stuff before you.
Or
Yep.
depending on what happened to this poor man. I mean, he could be dragged off to the Raccoons camp by now. You know, like anything could be happening to this poor man.
As we
Looks
may
like,
go for a
May
good
just went
move.
for the move right there.
We're gonna see
Really clean move, but the exit is a little bit worse than the other driver, but it looks like he's able to stick it. Great pass from May right there.
And then also
That allows Compton to kind of catch up to the last rise.
Jerry, we think alike sometimes with that. You're right on top of it as I'm trying to say it as well. So.
Sorry for taking your thunder, man.
No, it's not. No, it is completely okay. I am for it. It is great to see that, commentators thinking alike. We see Compton eyeing up a move here as the last rise moved out to defend that inside line back onto the racing line. So see if Compton can do anything.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough set of corners right here. I would like to see some. Oh, it looks like.
Rise.
Oh, yep, that's it.
Yeah, it went a little wide and just said thank you very much. Moving on.
I would like to see that corner right there. What is it? Turn 1, 2.
4, I believe. 5,
4?
6 is Sunset. That was
Okay.
That would have been 7.
So that corner right there, a lot of drivers don't use the curbing on the right, but if you use the curbing on the right, you gain a lot of momentum when you turn to the left and go over that slight bump there. So I feel like drivers that kind of use that curbing and sacrifice a little bit on their entrance really gain a lot of exit going to that long straight before the very wide right-hander.
We missed it in the commentary booth. Ferrari Henry actually got past Scott here, and Scott's still staying behind him and putting some pressure on Ferrari here.
Yeah, following the line, very, very good. Yeah, about half a second between the both of them there. And Scott is going to be looking for that position back. Now, he is in Ferrari versus the McLaren.
We have an incident with Michael. Let's see what happened here. Coming out of Crocodiles.
Ooh.
Is it the cheetah curb? It's the cheetah curb.
No.
Claims its first victim of the night.
No, you hate to see it.
I truly do hate to see that.
Indeed.
Yep.
That's the first one of the night. We'll see if there's any more.
There's gonna be more, trust me.
Oh yeah,
Gonna be a
those
lot
victims are
more.
going to be sucked right into Cheetah.
Oh. But yeah, it's Scott keeping it very close here as we
Oh yeah,
jump back
Scott
on
is just
board.
waiting for an opportunity. I would like to see him try and use more of that entry curve. You know, trying to get more of that exit out, because that's how you make those passes on those straights there.
Amazing.
It looks like he
May
loses a
Compton
bit of
also
time.
eyeing up some moves here. They're May Compton and Calvi in a three-way fight for P5 at the moment.
You love to see them three ways. And yeah, it looks like just a little gaggle of cars there between Calvi, May Compton, and Last Rise.
Last Rise joining in here, like you were saying. So it turned into a potential four-way fight for fifth, which is good to see. I know a lot of other divisions saw a lot of good fights on this track throughout the entire race, so I'm looking forward to seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah, Compton right now is just looking for an opportunity. He smells it. He's going for the early break there, trying to hit the apex. Goes a little bit wide.
Uh-oh, Papadopoulos and Last Rise both have yellow
Oh,
flags.
no.
Oh.
Let me take a look at what happens there. Oh, Villain is making the pass on Henry here, down the main straight.
Oh.
They're going side by side.
And
for
he
turn two.
executes
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh, but he goes
Oh,
really
no, he
wide.
doesn't.
Oh,
Oh, a little bit of
contact.
bumper there.
Oh.
Nothing too bad though.
Didn't
And
secure
Fari
that.
keeps the position. That was a botched pass from Scott there. Take a little bit wide going into that corner. But anyways, back to you, Austin. What happened with that little incident over there?
So, going into Crocodiles, looked like Papadopoulos got a little loose into the braking zone and tapped the back end of the Last Rise, and both of them went off, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Ooh.
That's unfortunate right there. Good news though, it looks like Luke is not dead.
Luke's back.
He has bested the raccoon
Oh.
and is back for vengeance, saying, "You have put me 3 laps down.
Oh no, Rosa.
I'm gonna show
Oh.
you that I am a monster at Kyalami."
I think
After
So
that
I'm glad to
defeating
see
the
Ryan out
raccoons.
and racing here. Honestly, if I was this man, I would not blame him if he just gave up, but props to him out on the track there.
we had a little bit of
And,
incident.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Rosa
Oh.
got loose out of Crocodile and ended up in the barrier on the right side.
Oh, now they're in the pits along with Michael.
Oh, that is a
Oh.
little early for the pits, so they are gonna have to pit once again later on.
Reminds me of my race where I die, turn fucking 2.
Hey now, easy there. As we see Gaskin going for a move here into Crocodiles. Let's see if he makes it stick on the exit. Looks like he's got the move done. As you see
Compton.
a little bit in front, Compton and May get in contact.
Oh no.
Oh, let's see, they get out of Sunset and they're going, it looks like 2x2 into Cheetah. Not a turn that you really want to go 2x2 in, as Compton hops over the Cheetah curb and into the side of May.
Oh.
Oh my god, that was a hullabaloo of collisions right there, and it looks
Yeah.
like Compton came out on top, but I don't know if there's probably a penalty in there somewhere. We'll see,
We'll have to see.
later when the tickets come in.
Scott is not going to like seeing a McLaren after this race. He has been all over
Yeah,
the
and
bumper.
speaking
far.
of
Yeah,
Scott there.
he's. Oh.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for a move there. He was side by side, but needed to back out. He didn't have the sufficient overlap.
Let's take a look and see if he eyes up a move. Fari doing really well on the defending today.
Yeah, he is just
After
keeping
last-
them way back there.
After the last couple races, Scott has a moment
Oh,
and
Scott and
Soik.
Soik.
Oh, no.
Oh, right into the barrier.
No.
Oh, unfortunate.
Let's see that.
I need to take a look
Yikes.
at myself at what happened there.
So Scott got a little loose coming out into no name and ended up just getting in front of the line of Soik, and they just touch and they're both off.
Oh no. That's
Ooh.
front end damage for sure right there. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate for both drivers.
Yep.
That's going to put Villain about 5 seconds behind Fari, and Fari's getting some breathing room now. And maybe he's looking at Nate Allen just being like, I know I got a 16-second gap, but I can now focus my attention on you.
Agreed. But yeah, as we were saying though, Fari, after the last couple races, he's gotten a little bit fire-filled inside of him, and so he's been defending really well as of late. Really trying to hold that position.
Yeah, he's doing a very excellent job of it so far, and very clean racing from the both of them. You know, overall, I'd say with how much side-by-side action they've had, they had a little bit of a bumpage, but I'm excited to see some more fights between them.
As we see, also the last Ryan is going into the pit as well. Looks like he's fixing some damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Can't even fix that.
Got to fix that with the flex tape.
Yeah, put a band-aid on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
What's the official name of that silver tape that they use for a lot of these racing series, along with like aircraft? It's like speed tape or something like that.
I have no idea, but they should definitely sponsor us. Speaking of sponsors.
Yeah, speaking of sponsors, going through right now, the first one you see on screen there is Retro Saga, where you can get all of your retro games. I know today, a lot of us were talking about some of the games that we used to play during our childhood. I know Backyard Baseball was one of the big ones, along with like some Tony Hawk's. And if you want to get games like that, retrosaga.ca is the place to go and relive a lot of memories. As we also see the Last Rise getting a drive-through. I wonder what that was for.
Probably speeding in the pit lane, if I had to guess.
Probably. You just saw there Armentario. It's a third-party software that upgrades your HUD for ACC. Gives you a lot of different feedback, changes some of your displays for like RPMs, tires. Overall, really good program, and gives you just a little bit more in-depth knowledge about what's going on. And then we got Go Setups, brand new sponsor. If you go into our affiliates, there's affiliate code for them where you can get discounts on setup prices. And so, brand new to us.
Using their Go Setups for the Porsche.
Yeah.
And honestly, since I've used that, I've gained a considerable amount of pace, at least in my opinion, and comfortability with the Porsche. So definitely highly recommend.
Yeah, their setups are really good. I have one of them for the McLaren. It really helped.
Yeah. Well, they, like I said, they brand new to us. Go check out the Discord with the affiliate link. Track Racer, also one of the newer ones. So if you're looking for a rig, whether it be for sim racing or flight simulator, they have it for you. Even some of the F1 teams recommend them. I know Alpine has a deal with them, so Esteban Ocon has been one of the names thrown around recommending their sim rigs. And then Documents. It's a software to help you organize your works documents and help you kind of reduce the amount of time working on some items and get you quicker. As I think it was Damiani said in the SRA report, help get your laps around the office done a little quicker.
That's a good way to put it right there. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Little play on words there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I've been using a couple of the new sponsor logos on my livery for Season 6. Speaking of which, actually, I don't have a good transition. We were just going to look at Compton passing, but he was not able to execute it. Sorry, horrible transition.
Both Papadopoulos and Compton go wide into turn 2.
I love that when you just like follow somebody's line and then they like end up botching and you're like, I could have passed them there. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
You get so focused on their line. As teammates touch,
Oh, yeah.
the teammates of Compton and Papadopoulos had a little bumper-to-bumper action there.
Yeah, a little bit of bump draft in there.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, slide,
Oh.
oversteers,
A little drift and
more
right.
damage.
Oh, right into
Papadopoulos
Compton getting
run
away.
out.
Papadopoulos still
Oh.
stuck there. Oh, that is bringing us back to the worst case scenario of Indy days of teammate on teammate violence.
Teammate on teammate violence. Oh, I do remember that battle. I think it was on. What was it on? Oh, Ryan.
Oh,
Shame on you, Ryan.
no. What happened?
He's taking out all the breaking boards.
Oh no.
Ryan, come
no.
on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Ryan. Right. Come on, dude, man, come on. Dude, he's legit purposely running into all the breaking boards.
Oh no.
Oh my god, dude.
I
He's
know.
coming across the track. He's
Oh,
sitting on the
no.
track. Dude, you're on the racing line, man. What are you doing?
There'll be a little discussion
What has this
afterwards,
turned
I feel
into?
like.
Ryan, come on, man.
What?
You're better. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, it looks like
No,
he's
keep
not.
it cool,
It looks
Ryan.
like
Keep
he's
it
not
cool.
gonna do it anymore.
We'll keep an eye for
Everyone's
it,
gonna
but-
suffer now. Oh no.
Never mind. He's going for the 50 board.
Oh
He's
no.
going for the
He's
50
definitely out of the race now. He's like, you know what? Everyone is
like-
gonna be challenged. I'm gonna take out all the boards.
We definitely
Oh my
do
God.
not condone this at SRA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do not
No,
condone
we
this.
don't. It's no.
It's funny for a little bit, but overall, you're ruining people's race.
Yeah.
I mean, he already stepped onto the racing line, impeding one driver, and taking out braking boards is not fun either. So we don't condone this, but it was a little bit funny at first. Brian, no, please, come on, not
See,
the 200
there's one
board.
thing
No,
Not the
no.
150.
happens by
Not
accident.
the 100.
Well, let's
No.
get back to the race. Let's see what's going
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Gaps have
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
other things now.
yeah, the gaps have kind of normalized as they do with these races. Not a whole lot of battles, but Scott is trying to catch back up to Fari there. Stoic doing the same thing, only 3.5 seconds behind Scott. As we also see, Alan is just on a whole nother level these last 3 races. Have fun in D5, buddy. We'll see him there if he keeps up this pace. Always good to see a driver move up, for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's the goal.
It's one of the best feelings.
Yeah.
And I say that and never got moved up.
Hey, it happens though, but you are improving. I
Controller
definitely-
gang.
Indeed,
Controller
yes.
gang.
Controller gang, yes.
And let's see what happened to
Improvement.
Papadopoulos back here in the turn. I think that is 10. Just went a little deep and visiting the nice beaches of South Africa today.
Hey man, he just wanted to play some dirt rally.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I have been enjoying myself in that game as of late. There is an SRA group that they do different stages.
Oh!
What happened with May here?
May going wide, and he couldn't get that exit, and he just lost it right in the grass, and he just spun right out after that.
I was about to mention how that gives time for Kelby to catch up. Kelby also had a little bit of a moment as well.
You do roughly the same thing. Oh, into turn 2 and 3, just
Yeah, it was in
Oh.
the turn 2 and 3. A bit of a spin there.
Oh, once you put your wheels in the dirt, you're just spinning.
Yeah. I wanted to comment to your comment earlier about an SRA group. We'd also have an SRA Minecrafter group. It's kind of dead right now, but
I'm
You can help
respecting the
revive
grind
it.
here, Jerry.
I plug it every time.
I respect it.
I
Gotta
just
be
want
every
one
time.
message. I just want one person to like pretend they're interested. That's all I ask.
Honestly, I'm quite interested. I haven't played Minecraft in like a long time. That would be
Yeah.
a good excuse.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you know, don't feel pressured. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm being funny, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, even so, you know, if we lose some interest right now, I can always save the world and open it back up later.
Oh, yeah.
So no pressure, you know. But if anybody wants to, the offer is there. We
Oh,
do have I think we have an SRA sim game going as well, Civ 6.
There
actually,
was.
yeah, just 6.
I know Doug has been enjoying it a lot lately, but
Yep.
unfortunately he's out of town right now.
He is out of town. But anyways, back to the race. Now all of our sponsors are out of the way.
We covered that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scott actually putting some time in. He has caught up to Ari a little bit, not by much, but he's got cut down by at least a second and a half since we last talked about it.
Everyone is quite spread out at the moment. I guess the closest is Compton and Gaskin, about 7 seconds away from each other. Compton's like, he's losing some time from Gaskin. But can they get it?
Well, let's look at the pace here. As far as best lap goes, Gaskin has more pace on Compton.
What happened to Rosa?
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh no.
Oh.
Looks like, just spun a little bit by himself. I don't know if that was Swick or Allen in front of him that hit the cheetah curb. It may have just spooked him a little bit. They went off and got some more front end damage. Calvi going wide in the S's. Let's see. Look back. He goes wide from Clubhouse. Goes down in the S's. Just back end slides out. Hits that inside curb. Unsettles the car. Kicks him out to the other side of the track into the beach. So that is not a fun journey to be on. And it looks right now. Who's that behind him? Let's take a look. That is Papadopoulos. Not Papadopoulos. Is it Papadopoulos? Could be Papadopoulos. It's Papadopoulos. I like saying the name Papadopoulos, and you couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's fun. I was just thinking that. It's a fun name to say, Papadopoulos.
As Calvi went deep into Crocodiles, allowing Papadopoulos into this fight. He backs out, well, maybe a little wisely there, because Cheetah, you have to have a lot of respect for the other driver next to you, and trust, because if you get that corner wrong, that is both of your race right there.
Oh yeah, and Villain just went really wide out of Crocodiles. Lost about 5 seconds away from Fari Henry now.
As we see, Papadopoulos got the move done on Calvi. See if he can make it stick through turn 2. He does. Just on the straight, just had a little bit more speed than Calvi and just pulls away. So hopefully that fight will continue on, but we'll have to see. Yeah, you were saying about Villain, looks like he had a little bit of an incident. Now the gap's about 5.5 seconds now.
Yeah.
We see Rosa is our first one to enter the pit lane here. During the pit window. We'll see who else joins them.
I just want to note too that Nate Allen's best lap is a 43.9, which is a whole second and a half higher than the second highest pit lap. So his pace is crazy. This
Wow.
Oh, that makes it sting a little bit more, I feel like.
Yeah.
If any driver is moved up out of T6, it's Nate Allen.
It
And
yeah.
I love to
think
see
it'll be.
when drivers improve like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
nice
has
to
been
see
getting
that.
faster and faster as the season's gone on. That is 100% sure. As we see
Oh,
Papadopoulos and Calvi both battling here. Papadopoulos going wide, Calvi fighting. Oh no!
Oh!
Just looks like
Oof.
Oh, that's been
Papadopoulos
from
and Calvi
Papadopoulos.
came across each other and ended up going into a little pit maneuver with each other. Calvi being respectful and saying, I'll let you go, and waiting for other cars, but hoping Papadopoulos passes him, but does not look like it, as they both
Ooh.
dive into the pits here. Probably have
That
a
is
lot of damage to
huge
fix.
Yeah. That whole front end from
Hours.
Papadopoulos.
But
ooh.
they're both going to appear, so I mean, the time difference from them isn't going to be that much. It just all comes down to repairs there, so still unfortunate for both drivers.
Nate Allen
Yeah.
has pitted and now is behind Fari, so yes, this is a battle for position on track, but Fari still needs to pit, so we'll see what happens here. Can anybody tell me if the track is getting colder? I know the sun is starting to go down a little bit more.
Honestly, I've been not keeping track of the temperature, but I know that from talking with like Doug and stuff like that, the temperature difference isn't actually that much to actually impact things.
Yeah, I know the tire pressure,
but it might have went down. Yeah, according to my sources, which are very valid sources, it will not impact tires as much as you think. So.
Yeah. But we're seeing here Fari and Alan have a very respectful battle with each other going into turn 10 and 11. Now as we go down to turn 12, Alan just gets the move done and just goes right past, and we'll see if he extends that lead out even further and was like, thank you. It was a good fun battle. I'm going to go on.
Very smooth right there.
What happened to Calvi here? Coming out of the pits. Staying on the left side of the track as you're supposed to. And nothing really happens, just pulls across the side. It looks like he was just letting Papadopoulos go by. To give Papadopoulos the position back from their incident earlier. Very respectful from Calvi.
Yeah, oh, wait a second. Wait, whoa. How did the gap from Fari Henry and Nate Allen close to a second?
Because Nate Allen pitted.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on. That you're right. Never mind. I'm excited for nothing.
Oh no, we see May here. Did he happen to hit Cheetah? If I can get my cursor correct.
He is lagging through the wall.
Yeah.
They have the legged out.
Oh,
they're now disconnected from the
that
server.
is never a good thing.
Oh. Yeah, they hit Cheetah.
I feel that one.
Yeah.
I feel that one. I feel it right in the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was fully disconnect or if it was just I'm done, but we'll go with internet.
We'll go with internet. Looking at some of the pit times here, it looks like Michael has taken the best pit with 7 seconds, which is pretty respectable right there.
Yeah, getting better. A lot of these drivers definitely are getting better at the old splash and dash.
I mean, there's a lot of damage to go around from multiple incidents, so I'm thinking that's kind of attributing to some of these times here. But Michael, if he's able to capitalize on that pit stop.
As he's making a move here on Calvi, as they go into turn 2, is ahead into the braking zone, and looks like he's got the move done on exit.
Oh.
Yes, he does.
Yep, looks like they do right there. It's a little bit of a gaggle of cars between 8th, 9th, and 10th there.
Yeah, the last ride is just coming out of the pits, so having a little bit cooler tires, got to get them back up to temperature. They're not that far down, but you just got to get them back a little bit. Let's see what happened to Luke here. Let's see. In the S's, just takes too much curb and loses the back end, unsettles the car, and hits the wall, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate right there.
It is.
That gap, the little gaggle of cars we were looking at earlier, has kind of stretched out a little bit. Only thing that's happened in his last rise, and Calvi kind of close to each other, wandering in within 1 second of each other.
Yeah, I did notice that too. It looks like it is just over a second between each one of them now. They're just pulling away from each other. Henry, Soik, and Gaskin and Luke have not pitted yet. They have 3 minutes to get this done. So we'll see when they decide to dive into the pits here. I say that, it looks like Luke may have opted to go into pits now. Yep, he's in the pits. We're gonna get his pit stop done for the night. That just leaves Henry, Soik, and Gaskin.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at the times, those three, depending on their pit execution, can kind of go up and down as far as, like, you know, who's going to come out on the podium.
I agree.
So they're all within a couple seconds of each other. So if one has better pick execution by even just a couple seconds, that can put them within fighting distance.
Yeah, because Scott is only 34 seconds behind, and it looks like total time in the pits, if you get it right, is about 36 seconds.
Well,
Maybe
I was
less.
referencing more, so I can... Oh, actually, yeah, it would just be them two.
Yeah. I get where
yeah.
you're going.
No, you're right, yeah. I'm just saying the gap right there between Soik and Henry I was talking about. My bad. I read that a little bit wrong, but yeah, you're right. That other gap is a little bit bigger, so...
Yeah, it's understandable. I have tough time reading numbers too.
Yeah,
It's
as
like,
we
okay,
heard
you're
earlier,
used
I
to the
can't
upper
do
car,
basic
but then
math.
you're looking at the other car. It's like, okay.
My arithmetic is not very good.
You're all mapped out. Like I said, you don't have to do any more math. So.
Well, I appreciate it. As we see here, that three-way car battle is closed up a little bit. Michael in front with Papadopoulos, Calvi, and Last Rise also joining in, so it's grown by one car. We'll see if they can stick with each other, use each other's slipstreams, and battle it out.
I want to see the car centipede grow.
Yes.
It's a very large length.
Someone want to take a look and see what's going on with Luke back there? I see he's got a white flag going on. So I keep an eye on this fight.
He's playing Dirt Rally again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, but he did spin, going out of Crocodiles.
Oh no.
Right into the barrier.
Also into this fight that we were talking about with Michael Papadopoulos, Calvi, and Last Rise, there's now a blue flag coming through. It looks like that is Nate Allen cutting his way through this fight with everybody, so that is also putting a little bit of a wrench in these guys' plans for overtaking and everything.
Yeah, looking at the pit stop between Fari and Soik, it looks very similar with Fari at 10 seconds and Soik at 12. So it didn't really rough up the grid as much as I thought it was going to. And now we're seeing that gap again with the 40-second gap between Fari Henry and P1 Nate Allen as the pit window starts to close here with all drivers having pitted at least once.
Yep. Scott passing Gaskin in the pit lane here, going back up to P4. Going back to this fight in the back, Last Rise is about 8/10 behind Calvi right now, trying to chase him down. And Calvi let Papadopoulos go a little bit after letting Nate Allen go on the straight between Sunset and S's.
Yep. Looks
Last
like
Rise.
the lap driver's doing a really good job of just letting faster cars by. I don't know if you were going to point that out or not.
Oh, no, I was talking about Last Rise. It looks like Last Rise passed Calvi, but doesn't look like it was for position, just unlapping themselves as they're 2 laps down from Calvi. Calvi's on lap 18 and Last Rise on 16.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, looking at this lap here, yeah, still held by Nate Allen. I think he improved it a little bit now with a 43.9 flat. I think he was a little bit higher with like a 43.98 before. I think. That's the same.
He keeps it.
Yeah,
he
it's a
gets
crazy
max
time.
points per
Yeah,
day.
max points.
Every little bit helps, but I am sorry, buddy. I don't know if, like I said, if my math is right. I don't know if
He's got some
help.
magic sauce. He
Yeah.
drank the Pat Cockcroft sauce. Because Pat is a monster, alright?
Pat has
But
been a monster.
he's funny. I love him.
Pat
Oh,
originally started in D6 and then moved up to D5, and from what I've heard, could push into D4 next season.
Easily D4, if not D3.
Yeah.
His pace is crazy, his qualifying's crazy. I love you, Pat, if you're listening to this.
He's a good guy. I remember having some wheel fights with him in the D5, D6 races.
Yeah.
Races.
Yep.
looking at the times right now. I think right now the closest fight is Kyalami to Papadopoulos right now.
The one thing that I do want to bring up too, with drivers moving up, out of these drivers, which ones do you think are definitely going to move up? Which ones do you think are maybes? And which one do you think are going to stay in D6 for the new season?
I definitely see Nate Allen moving up to D5 along with Fari. And
Oh, yeah.
There's potential for Calvi to move up. I think he's going to be one of those fringe ones that it just depends on the times they put in with their SRA rating.
Yeah.
And then I also see Scott being a fringe one just based off the last few races that we've seen with him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's kind of where I'm landing at the moment after seeing one of these drivers.
Agreed.
Yeah, keep in mind that the qualifying stint on Kyalami will be taken into account along with your SRA rating, which will take your last 8 rolling races into account and will measure pace, safety, and kind of put that into comprehensive numbers so we can see how you stack up against other drivers.
And if you want to see your SRA rating, it is on the website.
Yeah. I think if you go to like the website, like if you type in Sim Racing Alliance, it's kind of hard to find in that area.
It's
but
in
if you
the
go to the
About
Discord,
Me, I think.
Yeah, it's in the About Me, so it's kind of hidden a little bit. But if you go to the Discord and you go to website links or website resources or whatever,
The directory, I think it
should,
is.
yeah, right side directory. That's the word I was looking for. It should be right there. You can just click on that and it'll bring you right to the page. You can see it, and you can also see like where you've moved up, where you've moved down, and all that kind of stuff. So that will all go into account when we decide who's going to move up. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think Fari and Nate Allen can both move up to at least D5 next season there. And who else? I'm not sure about Calvi. I think Soy could move up.
Yeah, I think like he's gonna be for sure one of those fringe ones that like it just
Yeah.
depends on how everything averages out. Along with some of the newcomers are obviously gonna be factored in with their times.
Exactly, but they
Yeah.
do need a 3-race rolling average to kind of get that SRA rating. They need at least 3 races to get an SRA rating set. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of
Well,
drivers
as we see
here
Calvi
that-
have an incident here
Oh,
in the
no.
S's, just loses the back end. And that's unfortunate because he was chasing down Papadopoulos for position and was within 1 second and gaining. Now he's 8 seconds back and got to make all that time back. It's very much of our favorite saying, you hate to see it.
Indeed, yeah. Hate to see it.
But back to you, Jerry. I know you were talking about the SRA ratings and the hot stint times here.
Yeah, I was just saying it's all going to go into account depending on divisions. And then another two, we are doing recruiting on Reddit and some other places, just trying to get fill out all of our divisions. As we're seeing here, you know, D6 is not quite full yet. We expect there to be kind of a waiting list going into our next season here. So if we have a lot of drivers who, you know, there are already aliens that are looking for the best league, NA, looking to improve and fight along drivers that are equally as skilled, we might have a shift in times going up. As the majority of drivers who are already D1, D2 pace, kind of filling in those divisions. Or we might see a lot of drivers that, you know, hear how welcoming we are, we got a great stewarding team, great staff team, and want to kind of help them out and help them improve. And we might get a lot of drivers who are new, which is going to bring the times more closer to D6. So it kind of depends on what new drivers we get applying here. But I'm hoping that I can either stay in D5 or move up to D4, but I really like the D5 squad, so I would not mind if I stood here, but improvement is always welcome. So if I'm bumped up to D4, I will not complain as well.
Well, as we saw on the main screen here, that Gaskin had a little bit moment into barbecue, which allowed Michael into this fight. And going into Crocodiles here. It looks like Michael has the move on the inside. Can he stick it? I don't know if he stuck it. It looks like he is a little further back and needs to reevaluate and get another move done here onto the main straight and everything. Actually, he lost a lot of time actually with that move into Crocodiles and just didn't have the grip on exit that Gaskin did. So now has to play a little bit more of a catch-up game, get back within that fighting distance, and put pressure back on. I know Gaskin also has a lot of front-end damage, so his downforce is not fully there. As you can kind of see right there, his hood is a little up after making contact with the wall, so that might help Michael out here get a little bit of time back to fight again. Nate Allen growing that lead out even further. It is 45 seconds right now. This dude is on a tear here at Kyalami.
Yes.
He
is just way in front now.
Best time is a 1:43.9. I know, Jerry, you've mentioned that before too. But looking at it, the next best time is a 1:45.6 by Henry and Soik. Both of them set the same time for a best lap.
Interesting.
That is surprising to see it. I wonder who set the 45.602 first. That's something I want to know, because you don't see that a whole lot where drivers will set exactly the same time on track. If anything went off, it's like maybe a couple thousandths or even hundredths. I think it was D4's race yesterday that pole was decided by 2 thousandths of a second.
Yeah,
some of these drivers are able to keep it pretty close.
Yeah, crazy times coming in. And as you improve, that room for improvement only gets smaller. As the D6, there's a lot of time where you can kind of, something can click, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I'll start doing this more, and then you can gain seconds out of nowhere. But as you improve your time more, that ability to find seconds almost becomes impossible, and you're just clawing for tenths of it.
We saw there on the straight into Sunset, Gaskin had a little bit of a moment, and Michael is now passed. Was not for position, it was just for unlapping, so hopefully Michael here can pull out within a second and not have the blue flags yelling at him. So we'll see what happens here within the next lap. You see the marshal there throwing the blue flag out. And they go side by side. Looks like Michael just lets Gaskin right by. That's always tough being the driver behind as a blue flag and trying to unlap yourself. You're always going, well, I think I can do it, and you make the move, and then you're second guessing yourself as you go along the race.
Yeah.
I have not been paying close attention to the battle up front, and I don't know if it looks like Soik is catching Henry or not. If either of you have been able to see what's going on with that one. Maybe like my internet is a little funky.
Well, if anything knows about funky internet, it's Jerry Finkel. But thank God, last night's race, I didn't have any funky internet business. Thank God.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering. I've had some funky internet lately too, so I was like panicking there. Like, did my internet go down?
Oh,
For
yeah.
Discord.
Same here, too, the other day. We had a major ice storm a couple days ago, so my Wi-Fi was just like in and out, and then for the whole day almost. But luckily it's good now.
Use Wi-Fi on your computer connection.
Yep.
Sometimes that's what you got, as we see.
Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
What happens?
How are you D4? With Wi-Fi and a controller? What is going on?
I know, right? Actually, the Wi-Fi here is pretty stable. More stable than where I used to live anyway, that's for sure.
Not bad.
Sometimes
well,
you make do though, because sometimes you can't run a 150-foot Ethernet cable across.
No,
Yeah.
no. You can always run a cable. All right, there's always a longer cable.
Oh,
There is always
Papadopoulos
a
for the
longer
yellow.
cable.
Yes, it just looks like maybe it was Cheetah. Let me just take a look back. Let's see, Papadopoulos going into Cheetah. Doesn't hit the curb, just goes wide. Has a little bit of a scare. Code Brown moment, but saved it.
Sure did save it. It's like the only battle on track is between Michael and Gaskin there.
Yeah. Well, Michael's battle isn't for position at the moment, unfortunately. It is just to unlap himself. Being on lap 25.
Oh yeah.
And Gaskin,
My bad, isn't it? It's an actually position.
I don't worry. I made the same mistake. Numbers have not been my friend today. I did
Yep.
enough numbering.
Well, when race control goes up on the gap, it doesn't tell you. Well, it does tell you, but like you have to look, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
it's like kind of hidden, yeah.
I look for gap.
I look for gap as well. Gotta look for that car gap.
Yeah.
Famous car gap.
Indeed.
Well, right now, just looking through the grid as we have the last 10 minutes coming nearby. Michael and Soik and Scott are kind of our big winners tonight. Scott moving up 4 positions from qualifying, Soik 3, and Michael also being at 4 positions from qualifying. They've had so far a good race. You know, there's still 10 minutes, so anything is still possible. Hopefully, I do not give them the commentator's curse tonight.
Yeah, that is very prevalent in this. We like the commentator curse people.
Yeah, that tends to happen quite a bit.
You ever sit there during the race and you have an incident and you just go a little bit and you're like, I wonder if the commentators were talking about being at that time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of wonder if the commentators watched me die.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hurry up and get that D5 race posted. I want to.
Yeah.
You know what's actually like kind of weird? I don't know if this is normal, but I'm more likely to watch my own D6 commentary than a D5 commentary.
I agree. I'm the
Yeah.
same way where I will rewatch our commentary because I want to see where I can improve rather than watching my own race to see where I can improve.
Exactly. It's like, no. I don't want to know how to improve on my racecraft. I want to know how to improve on my commentary.
How do
That is
I do
the
the words
truth.
better?
How can I word better?
How can I say this better and everything else
See,
in between?
this is the thing, right? Like, if I improve on my race, you know, then I won't have an excuse for why I'm bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, it's like I'd be like, oh yeah, I didn't do any practice. I haven't done any training, you know. But I would recommend doing training if you actually want to get better, you know. Which I do. I do want to get better. It's just I like not always stressing about getting better because I've been there, I've done that, and that's a lot of stress.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of the reason why I took the week off from racing this week. I have put in some laps here, but for the most part, I've done a little bit more of a relaxed week where it's not stressing because past few weeks I had stressed too much and did not go well for me. So I definitely can agree that sometimes you just need to take a break and let it happen.
For sure, especially in a very competitive environment. You know, we are here to have fun. We're here to have clean racing. Of course, we'll have winners. It's a race, but you know, overall, having fun and improving and enjoying driving the car is why we're here. And it just reminds me of my old days of playing Age of Empires 2 competitively. I don't want to go back to those days because there were sleepless nights, and there were nights I just would get up over myself just because I didn't win a game or I didn't improve or I messed up, and those days are behind me now. I'm focused on improving at my own pace and having fun while doing it. So, and it looks like McKelly finally made the move to try and unlap himself from Papadopoulos. Let's see if he can build that gap to over.
I think it was
Oh wait,
Gaskin.
nope, Gatskin. My bad. Let's see if they can make that.
1 second gap.
1 second gap. Yeah, I was trying to think of the time there. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 1 second. He's gonna have to increase that from 1 gap, so those blue flags kind of go away there.
Yeah, 'cause you do have 1 full lap to abide to the blue flags. You'd like to do it earlier, but you do have 1 full lap. We'll see what happens here with that fight. I've just been kind of going down the order here as we've been talking, just showing off some of these liveries again one last time. As I do that, Papadopoulos goes wide into Crocodile. He's going to look back at it, and I'm going to get an angry message and be like, "Wait, you just talked about this."
Oh.
Calvi, that fantastic Chinese New Year livery. Last rise with the KFC. I remember
Fried Chicken.
Masano, I made the comment of it's Kentucky's fastest car, and I believe it was you that, maybe it's Kentucky's fattest car since it's the BMW. Throwing it back a little bit tonight too, to other commentary nights that we've had. I believe that Roberto Rosa with the incident as I show up to him, unfortunately, rocking a livery that reminds me of Average Joe from Dodgeball. So, not a bad livery itself. I'm also interested to see what these drivers produce for next season, because next season, no theme, just go ahead and
Just
do whatever.
Creativity.
Yeah.
Yep. Just anything your heart desire.
See,
I honestly, after I got the hang of armor paint, which is big help thanks to Fazly. Fazly, for listening to this, you true G. Fazly makes some great liveries, by the way.
Oh, he
Same with
does.
his-
I mean, honestly, like, I look at it and I'm like, I should do that. And then, like, my liveries still don't come out nearly as clean.
You also have to
But-
give credit to his wife, Stephanie, as well. She makes some gorgeous liveries as well.
Oh, yeah.
He has the
I
big
mean,
feet.
it runs in the family, right? Like, it's
It
just
does.
they're really, really great minds and better artists. And, yeah, I've definitely got some help from him. And I'm thinking, I know Jordan's got a very short video on some basics of armor paint. I'm thinking of trying to put together kind of a comprehensive tips and tricks I've learned over the months
Yeah.
of armor paint. Kind of like, things I've learned from myself, things I've learned from Fazly and whatnot to try and make, because armor paint is not very intuitive for a lot of things. So
Yeah.
getting a really good tutorial on it is key.
I gotta get that, because I haven't done a livery for a while, only because I cannot stand 2D wireframes for the life of me. It's like hard to align the decals
Yeah,
and the
exactly,
sponsors, and
yep.
it's like,
Armor paint helps out tremendously. with
Oh,
that.
oh yeah, I gotta get that and like contact Fosley and just away
Well,
with that.
I will throw together a video just kind of going through like basics and then to
Oh,
some
yes.
maybe more advanced, like cause with Kimball's video, like it's good really for like basics and stuff like that, like getting it set up, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of like really small like just setting changes that like help so much. So
Oh, gotta get those details, yeah.
yep. Well, I
Yep.
will be making that video and getting it out to the community.
Yes.
Whenever I get off my lazy button duty. So
So
whenever
In
that
due
is, I have
time.
no idea.
the only thing that I have for them saying, "Oh, you're free to do whatever," you cannot give me creative freedom because I can't. I need parameters. if anybody out there has seen the livery that I did for the Bathurst solo endurance race with the Bentley, will know how awful it was. That was just a pure car that I made as ugly as possible on purpose, and it is not
Make
good.
it like shit stained brown.
No, it was wrapped in Supreme and Louis Vuitton.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, sometimes the meme liveries are the best ones.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking with one team, and they were going to like screenshot and like or snipping tool or whatever, screenshot edit, whatever you want to call it, the little like track limits warning that you get in ACC, and then just
Oh.
cover their
Seen that.
entire car in it.
Yeah,
That reminds me in Multi-Class Mayhem, I think it was season 3, it was. There was like one, I think one guy, he had a Nissan and it was just covered in like faces of something. It was pretty interesting, let me tell you.
Was
Just
it
faces everywhere.
anime faces?
No, it was just like a
Oh, okay.
meme, a meme guy, I think it
Oh,
was.
the meme guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And it looks like the leader is on their final lap here. He's coming around turn 2 into turn 3. And I think a lot of the positions are pretty much sealed here.
Yeah, they're like really.
I agree.
gaps
There's
are-
a lot of large gaps that it's going to be hard
Yeah.
to overcome in a lap, unless
Yeah,
somebody
for
makes
sure.
an act like a fatal error.
Yep.
Let's take a ride with Alan as he's halfway to this lap, going through not Sunset Clubhouse here, and then into the S's. Am I reading that number correctly? That he lapped the entire field.
I think so, yeah. He has a full lap on everybody else.
I don't even think Logan did that at Indy before he got moved up.
Well, when your best pace is a second and a half over second, and you literally haven't had a yellow flag the whole match, I can see it. So,
Yeah. No yellow flags, yeah. It's all about consistency, too.
Alan,
yeah,
we are going to enjoy seeing you in D5.
yeah you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
staying in D6, buddy. I hope you know that. But that is good, though. You know, we want to see people improve and find that. And it's crazy thinking, like, I remember in Indianapolis, you know, he was sitting, you know, PA7 battling his rival. And now, these last couple of races, he's just been firmly planted in first. And I remember talking with Doug about this, like, sometimes something just snaps. You know, you just get something. Or you try a
Yeah,
technique that you haven't tried, and it just works.
Yep.
You know, and you can
Yeah.
find seconds out of that. And there he is crossing the finish line, going over there to take some pictures in the runoff.
It
It looks like the rest of the group is going to be coming in here.
like
Compton's
Compton is
probably
the
going to
next one,
finish
yeah.
out again here, a couple laps down from the leader.
So there goes Compton across the line. I believe that's Gaskin right behind
Yep.
him.
Compton, Gatskin,
And then Michael.
that's Michael coming in, followed by the last rise in Ryan.
And then I believe who's one night? Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos coming across
He's
pretty
going
soon here, rounding around the last corner.
And then Fari
Followed
right
by-
behind him.
Yep, Fari Henry. Then coming in with Stoik in third. And then after that, we got Kelvy in ninth. Coming across the finish line in just a couple seconds here. All right, and that is going to wrap it up. We're going to have Nate Allen taking that one, Fari Henry in second, Soik in third, Villain in fourth, Compton fifth, Gatskin sixth, Michael in seventh, Papadopoulos in eighth, Calvi in ninth, the last rise in 10th, Rosa in 11th, and rounding it out with Ryan Luke in 12th. Great race, everybody.
This was one heck of a season to be a part of. Watching a lot of these
Indeed.
drivers. You know,
Yeah, that's crazy. Seeing the improvement and seeing the new drivers coming in and kind of making some impressions is it's nice to see. So
yeah,
Indeed.
especially I know I joined the D6 commentary in Indy and seeing a lot of improvement from a lot of these drivers that have come through and really show up week in, week out and put the time and effort in. It's been nice to see.
yeah, for sure. Well, I am going to head over to the race review. If you want to pull out some people to do some chats here, I'm gonna want to get that started as soon as I can. Um, so if you want to do that, I will see you guys next season, where hopefully I might be able to cast with you again, but depending on where I place, I might not, or where you guys place. So we'll kind of see. But it's been a great season, you guys, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, it was good talking with you, Jerry, and good commentating with you.
Oh
All
yes.
right. Discord will not open, so I'm just gonna let you do your thing, but I will leave when I get it open.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up Nate Allen first.
E61. We're all
Welcome, Nate
golden
Allen.
The man of the hour.
I-
Actually,
Oh.
the last few races.
Yeah, I like to pull him up in the middle of conversations. That's what I found out.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
So, last 3 races, 3 victories. How you feeling?
Oh man, the old hat trick. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a really cool feeling. So, my fiance is gonna be really happy to hear about it too, because as it turns out, she got me a cockpit for Christmas, and we've had 3 races since I've gotten the cockpit. So I think I can only attribute all 3 races to her.
There you
So
go.
let me thank her for the next level racing rig.
There you go. It looks like it has definitely put a good tone for you these last few races. Tonight, even pulling pole and fastest lap. Unfortunately, like I said, if I did my math correctly, I don't know if it
I
made.
don't think it's enough.
Don't think it
Fari
made
put
enough.
Yeah, Fari put the heat down tonight.
He did.
And I think he needed to be like you were saying earlier, I think he needed to be dead last for me to have any shot.
I think it was
So
11th or 12th for you, because I think you were about 69 points behind and pulling the max points out. But him coming in P2. Wow, English. If you watch this back, Nate, you are gonna see how good I am at the English language.
hey, no worries, man. No worries at all.
Well,
I'm the same way.
It happens, yep.
Yeah. So Fari and his teammate Anthony Calvi, they did a really good job all season. I want to tip my cap to them. You know, they were consistent. Obviously, I found my groove there towards the middle of the season, but I wasn't able to overcome the performances that they've put down and the ability that they've shown. So I absolutely tip my cap to those guys, and they're Badminton Intergalactic, if I'm not mistaken. So you know, golf clap for them for sure. But I also want to give a shout out to my teammate Tim Soik, who came in this season. This was his first season at SRA and was just an anchor for me. You know, he finished every race, which is more than I could say that I did. So he was awesome, just real consistent. Did a damn good job staying near the top half of the grid. Tonight he got P3 if I'm not mistaken. Tim Soik just doing a fantastic job, and I was real lucky, real fortunate to have him as a teammate for sure. So I just want to give him a little bit of a pat on the back there.
Well, it's always good to hear a teammate boost another teammate, and I'm glad that you got to end the season on a high. We'll see what happens for next season, because we were saying tonight, I don't know if he's staying in D6. Wow, he might be moving up to D5 or D4 depending on what times he puts in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind D5. There's a lot of people over there that I really appreciate their company. A lot of good guys. Pat Cockcroft's over there. You got Patches O'Houlihan. my man Panzo Rigatoni, a bunch of cats that I love watching race when I do the commentating on Tuesday nights as well. So it'll be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen if I do end up getting a D5. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to commentate it from the cockpit, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed.
We'll eagerly await the timing tables to come out. But like I said, it's been fun watching you this season. And
Hey, appreciate
how
it.
humble you've been in these last few races.
Oh yeah. You got to remember your roots, and by all considerations, I'm still very much a beginner here. Yeah, but there's no way I would have started to find my groove if it weren't for the help of the coaching sessions that some gentlemen have put on here. I know Jan Roberts did some. Coach Jeffries, he does his own thing as well. Just all the support, tips, tricks, sharing of the setups within SRA. It truly is the greatest sim racing league. I can, I haven't been them all, so I can't say from experience, but I can't imagine that there's a better league out there. I'm stoked to have found the place, been a part of it, and have gotten to meet all of you people. You people are awesome.
Yeah, we all love to hear it.
Indeed.
But
Truly amazing.
I'll let you get back to your conversation, and I'll drop you in there so that way.
Right on. Excellent. Hey, Austin, appreciate it. Thanks for commentating. Selena, same to you. You guys have been great. Did a really, really good job in the booth here. We always appreciate it. It's time that you're volunteering to do. Nobody's getting paid for it, so it's much appreciated. Thank you guys for a wonderful season.
You're welcome. Thank you for providing the entertainment.
Absolutely.
Oh yes.
Well, that was Nate. It was always lovely to hear from him. I'm gonna pull up Fari.
Yeah, pulling up Fari. P2.
Fantastic.
Fari, sorry if I interrupted a conversation for you. Just wanted to bring you up and get a little commentary questionnaire filled out for you.
Hello.
P2 tonight. If math is correct, that does secure the drivers and team standings for you.
Yes,
How
sir.
you feeling?
I'm feeling great. This is besides the Masano win, this is the first win in my life of anything. I'm feeling great right now. Cloud9. Everybody's feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty good about the team stuff and all of that.
Well, that's always good. I'm gonna actually pull Calvi up here too, since
Nate just got super fast. After he got that rig, he just started pulling like crazy times.
I'm gonna quickly pull Calvi up here too. Calvi, I stole you from conversations. You're in here with your teammate Fari Henry.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
you guys.
Hello.
Like I was saying, if math is correct, have secured the team championship.
I do believe
So-
so. From the math that me and him have been running through our heads, I do believe we did it. But yeah, very happy to have done it.
This was a great season. Like, I want to shout out everybody. Selena, John helped me in the beginning. Shout out to Austin, for doing our races. My mom, the the numbers on my car actually make up her birthday.
That's
yeah,
sweet.
Oh.
this is fun season actually.
Well, we're
And,
glad that you got to enjoy it with us, and glad that both of you got to pull out the team victory as well.
Me and Anthony went from complete strangers to like real close friends throughout the season.
That's what we like to hear here. That's all right.
Man, now.
Yeah. Growing friendships.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the shoey from both of you.
Oh, I can't wait to do it.
It'll be fun to see for everybody on board. The only tip I have is don't let the stream see your feet because people here are insane.
Okay. Good tip.
Easy stuff.
Yeah, if you watch back this season's reveal stream, you will definitely see how wild chat got sometimes.
Yeah, they got really wild when it came to feet showings.
Who doesn't love a good foot? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you two get back into race review so you can review everything with everybody. I'll move you down there so that way.
Awesome. Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
guys.
being a part of the season. Struggling here. There we go. Oh, and then we got Soik. Let's see if he's in chat. We'll move Soik up and get him as our P3. Tim Soik, you've been pulled up into the commentator's booth for a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hello.
Well, is this your first time in the booth?
Yes, it is.
Well, it's good to have you for your first time. Finished P3 tonight. Put in a good, solid performance, consistent. I know you and Nate Allen were putting some pressure on the Badminton's Intergalactic there towards the end. But unfortunately, if you had one more race, you guys may have pulled it off. But it looks like it was P2 for you guys in the team standings.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was going to end up. Really, shout out to Nate Allen for winning 3 in a row and being like such a great teammate all season. I felt so welcomed into this league, and I made so many improvements just over the 8 races. I finally, in the past 2 races, I got like pace in me, but now I'm learning how to drive safely around others while, handling that. So I've had a few incidents in the past 2 races that I feel pretty bad about, but it was a great time.
You have shown improvement throughout the season. As far as from a commentary booth perspective, I joined an indie, so getting to see everyone's improvement has been great, especially yours. Nate was also very loving towards you. He was saying how great of a teammate you were and how supportive you are, so it's great to hear that you're also giving the love back. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, thanks so much love watching the commentary, the videos afterwards. So much fun.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you got to end on a good note. P3. Look forward to seeing where everybody lands for next season. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it's always a promotion. That's what the goal, right?
Yeah. I hope so. I hope I get a D5. I'm a little scared of being on a much bigger grid, but I guess I should go where I deserve to be.
I will say from experience, it is a little nerve-wracking, but knowing the people around you does make it a little easier, and you give them a little trust as well, so definitely engage in the D5 chat if you move up there.
Mm.
Well, I'll let you get back to the race review. It was great having you up here, especially as the first time, and also getting to see everyone's improvement throughout the season.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just riding the high. I don't even know what's happening right now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Well, that was our top 3, along with additional Calvi with the team of the Badminton Intergalactic. Overall, good season. Like I said, a lot of these drivers definitely improved over time, and you can really see the effort that they put in to learn how to drive next to other drivers and be respectful of each other.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any closing thoughts for tonight, Selena?
Well, I just say that, as what you said, it's been a good season. Like, it's been, for D6, really chill. Everyone's just improving, and Nate Allen, and just the last few races, he just got it in the bag, which is incredible. And definitely, I think he's going to move to D6, D5, but
I've infected all of us with the English and number.
Yeah, it's all on us now. That's okay. But yeah, really good season, really good race tonight. Really topped it off very well. Shout out to all the D6 drivers who just put it in the bag, tried their hardest, just again improving, and I think a lot of us improved in every division. So very good season. Looking forward to next season. Very much so.
We all are, and I believe that the qualifying times are due at the end of this month at Kyalami here. So go put in your hot stint times, 5 valid laps, and see where you end up. Hopefully it's a bump up. That's always the goal.
Yep.
But for the last time this season, this is Austin Whitescarver. I was also joined with Jerry, the Kool-Aid Man Finkel, who is running race review right now, and Selena, the Crazy Canuck Boonstra.
Indeed, A.
Thank you to everyone this season for giving us the entertainment that you have and allowing us to give you that little extra spice that was the booth. We'll see you all next season.
See you all.
Ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? I would paper.